Can I start? Hello, welcome to our presentation. My name is Evie. I'm joined by my classmates today. We're students from Lake Forest Country Day School, excited to share about our school's community service program that we feel could be modeled by other schools across the globe. LFCDS is a pre-K through 8th grade independent school located about 20 miles north of Chicago. LFCDS has been around since 1888, and we have drawn students from over 30 different zip codes in 2 states. We have around 400 students, and the program we'll be talking about today mostly impacts our lower school, 1st through 4th grade, and upper school, 5th through 8th grade. One of our school's core beliefs is that community is our core. We hope this presentation is a good representation of how we live our values at LFCDS.
Hi, my name is Zoe, and I wanted to share an overview of our school's community service program. Community service is a big part of our mission at LFCDS. LFCDS has had official community service programs for over 2 decades. We've had a ton of community service baked into our school year. We do a big community service project around major US holidays in December and November. 7th and 8th grade also have a requirement to complete a number of volunteer hours off campus and outside of school. This encourages us to find causes that we are passionate about. For example, I do Fill a Heart for Kids outside of school. It is a very fun experience. Doing community service is always something I enjoy and look forward to. A number of our peers are on track to be eligible for the Presidential Volunteer Service Award based on the number of hours they've dedicated to help the community. This is a very special award that is awarded to 2 8th graders at the end of the school year. We also have a passion for making a positive, authentic difference in our community. We do event based partnerships with nonprofits and schools, and by finding opportunities to improve our school. Some nonprofit organizations we have partnerships with are Roberti Community House, Forestall, Feed My Starving Children, and more. We have a number of different presenters that will be coming on and off the screen, but we will be available for questions at the end of our presentation.
We want to start by talking about some of our on-campus community service opportunities for students. By making community service part of our school's curriculum, it becomes something that everyone participates in. We have a variety of ways community service happens during the school day. In lower school, some grade levels have projects that involve serving the community, and some grades offer community service clubs to our students. In upper school, every student takes at least one community field trip throughout the year to partner organizations. Our entire school has also 2 days of service called LCDS Cares, where everyone works together on a number of larger projects. LCDS Community Service has made me feel so much more involved in our LCDS community. Thank you for listening. Some of our younger and older students will be talking more about community service at LCDS.
Does anyone have any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Owen, and I'm in 2nd grade.
And I'm Tess, and I'm in 2nd grade.
In 1st grade social studies, we learned about famous change makers throughout history, like Martin Luther King Jr., Malala, and more.
We then went around our school and found areas where we could make a positive change.
We did projects like cleaning up trash, making a home for bugs, creating fences around the grass to protect it, and building a reading nook.
My project was creating a mindful moment for upper school. My group made pillows and found time for the upper schoolers to do mindfulness at the end of the school year.
My project was making a reading nook in our outdoor shed. My group sewed pillows, collected books, and worked with our director of facilities to find a spot for quiet reading.
By doing this project, we helped to make our school a better place for everyone in our community.
We didn't just learn about change makers, we became change makers.
We made a big change in our school. It was fun to hear about other people's projects. It made me feel good and grateful that we got to do it at school, since I wouldn't have done something like it at home.
I thought it was hard because we were creating things bigger than we ever had before. It was fun and rewarding.
Does anyone have any questions for us about the Changemakers projects?
Do you guys know? So we have a couple questions. One of them is, do you think service learning helps you learn?
Definitely.
Yeah.
How does it help you learn?
We really just we learned how to build, we learned how to sew, we learned how to make big changes in the world without having to do it outside of school.
And then do you notice, Owen, that more people are reading now?
Yeah.
So your project really did make a difference, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then one other question was, does doing projects around school help you feel connected to your school community?
Definitely, because we all make changes in the world. So, and I'm guessing that everyone in the world is going to make one big change. So we're all kind of together in a bunch.
All right, that's great. Thank you, guys.
Fourth grade is the last year of the lower school at LCDS.
It is our year to be the leaders of the lower school, and that comes with a lot of responsibility.
One opportunity we can take advantage of is our fourth grade community service club. At our first meeting, we identified causes that were important to us. We then voted to see which causes we wanted to focus on this school year. Some causes we have committed to include helping endangered animals, helping feed the less fortunate, and help keep our oceans clean.
Each month, we participate in a project that supports one of those goals. We recently planted a prairie garden around our school's greenhouse. Prairies are native to Illinois, where we live. They are vital to supporting pollinators like bees and also monarch butterflies, two threatened native species.
In November, we are going to be working with a local animal shelter, Orphans of the Storm, to create enrichment boxes for dogs to help them keep entertained while they are at animal shelters. We are also looking to create personalized folders for dogs and cats to help them get adopted faster. We are going to lead workshops for our classmates in 4th, 2nd, and 1st grade so that we can create even more folders and boxes.
Community Service Club gives us the opportunity to work beyond the classroom to make a positive impact in the world, and nearly half of our grade participates in this program. And it would be very easy to create a similar program at any school or program that works with kids.
Does anyone have any big questions about 4th grade Community Service Club?
We do have a couple questions. One of them is, how has it personally made you feel to do these projects?
Probably very happy and like I made a change.
It makes me feel better to know that I'm doing something positive to have an impact on people.
And how is the community involved in your community service club?
The community is probably because it's getting impacted by the changes we make.
And then another question is, how does it feel to be out in nature with your classmates?
Really good.
Why?
Because I just really like being outside.
Nature just makes me feel more normal and natural.
And somebody said that they love that your projects are helping the school, the environment, and even animals. What has been your personal favorite project so
Helping
far?
the animals.
Helping animals?
Mhm.
Okay, very cool.
Thank you for listening to our presentation. We have some 8th graders coming up to share next.
Hi everyone, my name is Harry.
And my name is Fran. We are 8th graders at LSCDS and 2 of the 3 student liaisons for this year's Forestall program.
Fran and I became a part of the Forestall program in 7th grade last year. We started volunteering at the beginning of the year and soon realized how much we enjoyed our visits to the Forestall school and kept coming back for all the rest of the visits.
Forestall is an exceptional program and opportunity for 7th and 8th graders at our school. The Forestall program began in 2008 when Jennifer Grumhas introduced the North Chicago Community Partnership to LSCDS.
Forestall is a nonprofit and independent public school that also works with the North Chicago Community Partnership. Many children at that school have parents or family members who are developed or work in the military. While their families are working incredibly hard to serve our country, we are happy to bring a little highlight to their day.
Forestall is an opportunity for 7th and 8th graders at our school to participate in monthly visits to Forestall School in North Chicago and work with 2nd graders after their school day. Each visit, a group of Lake Forest Country Day school students get on a bus and we take a short drive to the school.
Originally, Forestall was run by the teachers. They would put together activities like making DIY kites and then flying them in the gym. Although it sounds like fun, making activities like these made a huge impact on the 2nd graders, along with the students and the teachers.
We visit once a month, and every month a new teacher or administrator joins the group with a lesson or activity for the visit. We have had everyone from science teachers to our head of school participate in the activities. Working with these teachers to create an activity for the students to enjoy is one of the many responsibilities we have as student leaders. I think I can speak for both of us when I say working with these students has certainly been a very rewarding and memorable experience.
About 3 years into the Forestall program, students started taking over as leaders. Even when the teachers would plan the activities, the 7th and 8th graders took it upon themselves to lead the 2nd graders. The teachers used to help teach the kids, but soon led to them giving instructions and the LFCDS students taking on the responsibility of teaching the children.
This is the 3rd year we have had student liaisons, or student leaders, assisting and leading the program. This year, as 8th graders, we've had the opportunity to step up in a position of leadership and become the student liaisons.
Student liaisons help organize the activities and trips to Forestall. We work with the faculty members organizing the activities to make the activity a success. That means we help gather materials, send emails, or give input to what the administrator needs.
We have witnessed a wide variety of activities and subjects last year: marble maze, making paper flowers for Day of the Dead, and activities with water.
During visits, we often hear a story first and then learn about what our activity is. Once everyone gets started, we usually get around 30 to 40 minutes before we finish and have to say our goodbyes.
An example of these bonds is spending an hour and a half with the kids. You start talking to each other, and they usually love to talk about their day and just telling you things about them. After that, you start to get really close.
After each visit, I feel very happy. This is always a really good way to end the day, and you always feel so excited to go again. Another community service opportunity is our community service field trip for upper school.
Does anyone have any questions?
Do you feel connected with the Forestall students?
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. I remember one of my students last year. I unfortunately can't remember his name because I had so many, but we were doing the water experiment and it also involved color, and we got our hands really colored with green, and we nicknamed ourselves the Leprechaun Brothers. It was really funny, and he was really nice. So yeah, definitely we made a relationship.
What's your favorite project that you've done with the 2nd graders?
Oh, my favorite one is definitely the marble maze activity. My buddy that I had recently, it was like our first Forestall of the year, and we made marble mazes with straws and marbles and like paper plates. And my buddy was like, I want to make it the best maze ever. And she was like trying to put as many straws as possible on it. And it did not work very well, but we still had so much fun. And it was probably my favorite activity we've done.
My favorite, this is controversial, but the owl pellet, just because it was really interesting to find some of the bones. Like, we found a vertebrae of some animal, we're not sure what it was, but it was really interesting, and my buddy really loved that activity, and so did I.
What's your favorite thing about being a student leader?
I like how we get to like before each forestall, like we already know what we're doing because we get to like help the teachers, like we get to help like organize all the materials and just like I feel like getting to like kind of be in charge and like help the 7th graders who haven't done forestall yet is like really like feels good to like help them and like teach them like why forestall is such an important activity and why it's so like special.
Yeah, I totally agree.
What projects would you want to do in the future?
I think one we could do that would be fun is like writing our own books.
That'd be fun.
Just because you could get really creative with the kids and you guys could put together your personalities and find something you both really enjoy and make an even deeper connection.
I think we should make slime.
Yeah.
A little messy.
Yeah, but fun.
And is it hard to plan the activities and keep up with schoolwork?
No,
not usually, because we only have to do probably 30 minutes of planning before, because we just need to go to the teacher, ask if she needs any help, and then find the students and see if they're able to go on the trip.
Yesterday, for example, Harry and I, we were walking around the building trying to figure out who was going to forestall that day, and we just had a list. And our tutorial period is around like 35 minutes, and it only took around 20 minutes to like do all that work, and we still had about like 10 minutes to like get some homework done before the end of the day.
Yeah.
And then do you guys work one-on-one with students?
Yeah, we have so many people now in the program that you don't even need to have more than one LFCDS kid or more than one forestall kid. There's usually more of us than them.
Yeah, usually it used to be when we only had like anywhere from 7 to 12 people going, you get 1 to 2 buddies, but now it's usually one-on-one, or we have 2 LFCDS students and 1 forestall student. I also think this could impact my future just because maybe I don't always understand how younger kids act, but this has really helped me understand their personalities and how they like to be treated. And yeah, I think that could really help me in the future if I deal with kids again doing community service in high school or college.
I agree.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Each year in the upper school, we have at least one community service field trip. During our extended time, we take our school's minibuses to a location near our school that needs our support. In the past, we have partnered with nature organizations and even stores where 100% of the proceeds go to supporting other nonprofits in the area. Our school started these field trips to give all of our upper school students the chance to perform community service opportunities they may or may not have considered on their own. It gives us the chance to form deeper partnerships with other nonprofits throughout the Chicagoland area. We have built additional field trips and experiences for our community lower school students because of the service of our upper school students. These trips are a great opportunity for our grade level to participate in shared project during the school day. This year, our 8th grade class went to Allow Farm, a nonprofit farm that is a center for experiential learning in our area. We helped pull seasonal flowers and vegetables from their garden that will be composted to help new flowers in the spring. My experience doing this was very fun,
as we worked together and had a wonderful time there. I thought it was a great experience, and the farm was incredibly beautiful. LFCDS also has a program called LFCDS Cares.
LFCDS also has a program called LFCDS Cares. CARES stands for Community Action Reach Engagement Service. We have these days twice a year, and they are a whole school's day of service projects. Each grade level will participate in at least one project that improves our community. LFCDS Cares is an opportunity for our entire school community to rally around community service. We have a committee of teachers that works to find our community partners for our fall LFCDS Cares Day. And our spring Cares Day is organized partially by student interest. Next month is our first Cares Day. Our first, second, and fourth graders will be working with an animal shelter led by our fourth grade community service club. Our third and fifth graders will be working in Misericordia, an organization that supports children and adults with developmental differences. They will be making art that will be sold in Misericordia's stores to support their programming. Finally, our 6th, 7th, and 8th grade students will be supporting a food drive to support SALT, Service and Learning Together, a local student-led organization that runs food deliveries for the local community. Our Cares Days are a chance for us to make a huge difference in the world as a school during our half days before breaks. My biggest memory of Care Day is working with my friends to sort food into boxes to give to people in need. It was a great experience. Events like our Extended Advisory Community Service Project and CARES Day could be implemented at any school. Although it takes time out of a normal school day, we know it's important for us to all regularly have the opportunity to make a difference. Now, some of my classmates are going to speak about our partnership with another local school. Does anybody have any questions?
What advice would you give future students who want to participate in service learning?
I would say participating in service learning is a really great way to do service. It's a very good opportunity, and I've always really enjoyed it, so I would say that they should definitely do it.
And how has the service program throughout your years at LFCDS made an impact on you?
It's definitely helped me want to extend my community service from outside the school and do community service all around where I live in my town. Okay.
My name is Hunter. I'm going to be sharing about our Mobile Innovation Space program. The format is pretty simple. Lake Forest Country Day School brings a makerspace to you. We run the events free of charge and transport all materials and equipment. We volunteer in advance and our parents get permission slips after we have personally affirmed our interest. Each of us or small group chooses one specific tool or resource we feel we're an expert in. We generally have anywhere from 3 to 5 different innovative stations. The student who is the expert in the technology will then stay at the station to facilitate. We practice with our stations before we leave for the event to make sure we're confident in leading them. Depending on the time of the event, we will travel together on a minibus or get rides individually from our parents. We have awesome parents.
My name is Alex. This model makes each of the mobile makerspace events we run incredibly unique. Since the stations are built around our passions, each event takes on the personality of us as facilitators. Attendees can move freely from station to station, so sometimes we don't even see all the kids attending if they get completely drawn into a station.
The organizations we've partnered with have been tremendously diverse. We've worked with Boys and Girls Club, public libraries, neighborhood after-school programs, and domestic violence shelter. We've returned to most of the places we've brought our mobile and makerspaces, some more frequently than others. We adjust our program to fit our partner organization needs. We've run events for an hour after school or even 4 hours on a Saturday. If it's outside the school day, some LFCDS middle schoolers are generally available to make it work. The best feeling is when we return to a place and see how excited the kids are to see us.
Finding partner organizations can be a little tricky since our program has an unusual model being student-led. Our teachers have had the most success going to volunteer fairs, and meeting with organizations representatives face to face with flyers rather than by phone or email. We're fortunate to be in an area with a ton of great nonprofit and public agencies nearby for us to seek as partners.
Something we're thinking about doing in the future is applying for grants so that we can leave some technology kits at the programs we visit, so that the children at our partner organizations can have expanded access to technology even outside of our makerspace programs.
Another way that we give back to the community is through maker fairs. Maker fairs are conventions originally established by Make magazine in 2006. All participants have a wide variety of interests such as robotics, 3D printing, computers, arts and crafts, and more. They are all individually and uniquely share their interests and activities with others. It's a collection of people, both kids and adults, sharing their passion for creation. Some of the maker fairs our school has gone to include the Minicon Maker Fair, NIU STEM Fest, and the Viking Middle School Fair. We loved every visit.
Running a booth at a maker fair feels much bigger than our mobile makerspace events that have at most 30 attendees. Each time we've been at a maker fair, we've had over 100 people come to make with us. Unlike mobile makerspaces where we bring a half dozen different tools and stations, for our maker fair booths, we focus on a single booth or skill, and we have over a dozen of our students supporting that station, so we can have as many people as possible making it at one time. Supporting that something that separates our booths from many other Maker Faire stations is that we are free to participate. Many creators rely on making fairs to make a living, while we attend to volunteer and connect with the community. This makes our station much more accessible than others.
At our most recent Maker Faire, we ran a station having people work with nanotape, LED lights, and a button press. Over 100 children created mini lights, pins, and bubbles that they could bring home. At most of our Maker Faire events, there are dozens of other vendors, and often students spend the majority of their time at our station. We're proud to bring materials that are so engaging to such a wide range of ages.
It is so exciting working at one of these events. The excitement on kids' faces when they're able to create something for the first is a moment of joy that I treasure. You help countless people with creation, yet you find yourself building great relationships with people in a really short amount of time through shared experiences in creation. Several times, we even had parents come and personally thank us or to try out our station themselves. Thank you.
What are some popular stations?
I would say a popular station, like specifically for an event, we went to the NIU STEM Fest. We had a station where with nanotape bubbles and stamps and LED lights, they were all really popular. We had many people come. What was your favorite?
Another busy station was the button press. We had a lot of kids come with custom designs, and we made it into a button with our button press machine. It was really cool to see the kids' faces when they got their button.
How does it feel to be able to teach the activities at the stations? Do you feel like you're more confident in your making skills?
I definitely am. I feel like I'm definitely grown since my younger ages. I feel like being an adult to treating these kids with like learning materials, you help them learn. I think it's a really awesome skill that we do now.
And somebody said it's great that you use this time out of school to work with others. Do you find it's beneficial to you as well as to partners that you work with and the people that are attending the booth?
Yeah. Outside of school, it's really cool. It's really fun to work with other kids and students our ages and just work together with them to create something cool.
I completely agree. It's very beneficial for those.
And has participating in the service had an impact on your relationship with other LFCDS students and teachers?
Definitely. It really helps strengthen the bond between your friends. If you have a friend or even someone that you're not best friends with at school, you have them, we collaborate at these stations. I think it's really good to strengthen their bond, even if you don't know them. It's a really good way.
Yeah.
And how do you manage working with the number of people that you see at a maker fair?
Well, we had a lot of people at every station. Um, we we just took orders one at a time. We helped students individually, and we were able to create a lot of things.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ella. A core piece of our LFCDS community service program is an hour of requirement for 7th and 8th grade students. Each 7th grader is required to complete one meaningful service project of each 8th grader, which is required to complete 10 hours of community service outside of the school day as part of our community service requirement.
This is the oldest piece of our school's community service program and arguably one of the most important. It encourages us to independently find opportunities and best serve our community that align with our passions. Some past projects that LFCDS has led included food drives, supporting student athletes playing wheelchair basketball, and even a live stream on Twitch to raise money for the American Heart Association.
We recently partnered with the organization Points of Light to offer our students Presidential Community Service Awards. These are awards that are sponsored by the U.S. State Department and recognize middle school students as outstanding commitment through their communities. There are special recognitions for at 50 to 75 and 100 hours of community service in 1 year period. Unfortunately, this award was put on temporary pause at the end of last year. We hope that it returns soon, since it's another incredible initiative for our students to go above and beyond in our community.
So this year, I've gone to the STEM fair for 7 hours where I help people make nanotape bubbles, lightsabers, and buttons. They also did the new parent dinner at our school, which I thought was a great opportunity. We helped serve new parents who attended the dinner. I also attended the forest stall, which my peers already spoke about. I hope to do even more this year and gain more hours.
That sounds incredible. My community service has been really fun from 7th to 8th grade. Some really fun programs I've attended were Fill a Heart for Kids and made toiletry bags for foster kids who didn't have access to everyday toiletry supplies. I've also worked at Bernie's Book Bank, a place where you can pack books in bags to get shipped off to their destinations throughout Lake County, DuPage County, Kane County, and McHenry County. These books help foster kids and less fortunate kids get books for them depending on which grade they're in. Some other programs I've participated in are the family movie night for LFCDS and being in charge of selling merch at the stand. I've also done the new parent dinner where we would act as a waitress for the new parents. We would bring out the courses and fill up each person's water. We would be happy to answer any questions about our 7th and 8th grade community service hours.
Do you think a service requirement is an important part of your education?
I would say it's very important because you get to find fun things that you get to do after school, and you get to do them with your friends, and it's been really fun for me to do and something I could look forward to.
Do you find that students continue to work with the outside organizations that they volunteer with throughout the year?
I think a lot of people do, as far as I know. I certainly do. Last year, I went to multiple Bernie's Book Bank events, which obviously is outside of the community service things that our school offers, but obviously it counts for service.
And how do students decide which service project to participate in?
Well, sometimes I see this thing pop up in my mom's email where it says they have for example for Bernie's Book Bank, they have an opening for a new thing where you can try to do for an hour or so.
And is it hard to find opportunities for service in your community?
I really don't think it is. Honestly, there's a lot of different opportunities. Our school offers obviously a lot, and in our community, there's just so many because I think a lot of people are really dedicated to helping others.
And how do you feel when you complete your community service requirement?
I feel like you feel very like achieved and you're like, wow, I just did that. I feel so good that I like helped people who are like in need and helped them like get what they need. It just feels amazing.
And for clarification, what is the 8th grade community service requirement?
You have to have 10 hours before you graduate. It's like a graduation requirement.
And how many hours do you guys have already?
I have 15.5 already, and I hope to get more.
I have like 15, 16, or 17. I'm not quite sure, but I have something like that.
Yeah.
And have you guys ever been inspired by a classmates project?
I mean, yeah, I think I've
Sometimes.
definitely seen a lot of people doing different types of service, and I think that's obviously, really inspiring to me because I think it's just great to see that. So now we want to give the floor to all of you. How does your school or organization already support volunteer programs? And is there anything from our school that you think will translate to yours? We'll give you a minute to think. And then we'll open the floor to you. You can type your answers in the chat or raise your hand, or we can have you unmute. If you have any more questions, please put them in the chat as well.
We had another question, guys. Do you ever connect with other schools doing service learning and compare? That's for everybody. What's that?
Say the question again.
Do you ever connect with other schools doing service learning and compare notes?
I'm not sure that we do, but I think that would definitely be something really cool in the future.
So what is everybody's thoughts on how you can implement service learning in your organization? Oh, and then another question. How do you think this is going to help you going into high school? All the service learning at LCDS.
I think like more for like college, I feel like they'd be able to like see like how much you've like put in and like how much you've helped. And for high school, my sister recently was working to get her for the National Honor Society for a certain amount of hours before she turns 16. So it would just be a really good opportunity for like you or for like all of us to like have that, because I think it would be like a really fun like thing for like all of us to like experience.
Anybody else?
Experiencing community service is a great thing. For high school, I think it's good that we do it now, because in high school, we'll be required to do a lot too. It's a great skill to have. It's really a great opportunity to connect with other people.
And has service learning helped you think about what you want to do as a career?
I think when you're doing service learning this young, you can really figure out and understand what you like to do. And like you can really put that into your own life in your future. You can see what you like, what fits you, what fits your skills and personality, and how it's like gonna like be for your life in your future.
Did anything surprise you about your service learning project so far?
When I was like doing Feed My Starving Children in Libertyville, I was like kind of surprised that there was like low like being able to like get food there because yeah, I don't know. I was just like kind of surprised and I felt like good like helping them and being able to like ship it off all the way there. And I felt it was like really amazing that they could like get it all the way there in like a short amount of time so they didn't have to like suffer anymore.
Any other surprises or big takeaways about like thinking about your future with service learning? Angelina, do you want to talk a little bit about your hat drive?
Yeah. So my school community service has made me realize how much I truly enjoy community service. So I started a drive for kids all around the world to give them hats. I've been to Guatemala, Panama, around my town, and I've just given kids hats that really need hats. And it's really fulfilling because sometimes the hardest thing about community service is you don't want people to be like, why are you giving me like why are you giving me this? Like, do you think I'm poor? But that was when I was younger, I would always think, well, what if they feel like I'm being mean to them? But when you really truly give them the hats, they feel they're so grateful, they're so kind. I've had people hug me, and they just really appreciate it, and it makes me feel really, really good. And it's really awesome.
And we'll hopefully be doing a hat drive here soon. So is there any other thing that you all would say to a teacher from a school that didn't have a really strong community service program about what they should, why they should do it, what they should implement, what you would suggest? And I think everybody should answer this question.
I definitely think for why they should do it, I think I would definitely bring up how like important it is to help and serve other people and why it's just a great thing to have in your school and how that can also positively impact how students feel and just serve the community really well.
I would say like it would be like really good to like start at a young age and like see how you can really help people and see how you can like still make a big difference even if it's just like packing books or like packing some food. Like it can really make a difference and the people who are receiving this are really grateful for it and it's just amazing how like we can just like sign up for this and like do it like it's so important like how they feel about it and they like how it affects them and it's just really amazing that we do this.
I personally agree. I think our school does a really good job at this. In seventh grade, we have to do an hour of community service, and in eighth, we have to do 10. I think our school implements this really powerfully. I think other schools should also be doing this because the feeling of helping someone that does need that help is very powerful. I think that every school should have maybe even a limit to do this. I think it's really powerful though.
Yeah. Schools should definitely have community service. It's a great thing that kids should develop at a young age to feel like they were helping their community. It's really good.
Yeah, basically what they said. I think community service in schools is just a great opportunity. It helps people figure out who they want to be. It helps people become better people and truly discover themselves. So, okay. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you for attending.